Yes, another week and another build that I am here to explain. Today I am here to talk about Jing Wei and how I've been building her. She is actually pretty strong given her passive, but we're not here to talk about kits, we're here to talk about builds. So let's start with how to start. Now, lucky for me, and lucky for you, hunters typically fit into one of 3 different molds, and today I'm going to be talking about the crit mold that Jing Wei fits into. Basically, Jing Wei has passive crit on her second ability, and we want to make that more useful. We want to enhance this character's strengths in order for us to make her even stronger. So to start out every game on Jing Wei, I am building the Hunter's Blessing and Tier 1 of Devourer's Gauntlets. This is because Jing Wei does not have any consistent ability damage. If you're looking like characters like Uller, they have consistent ability damage and you'd consider building mages on them. But no consistent ability damage, so we're building the Hunter's Blessing to augment her auto attacks. Now, this start is very strong and it's going to set you up to get enough gold to get your Devourer's Gauntlets online as soon as possible. Whenever possible, you are building your Devourer's Gauntlets before boots. The sooner you get those stacks online, the longer you'll be able to stay in lane for, and the better off you're going to be overall. Now, I get it, Jing Wei has that passive that gets her back to lane really fast, but if you can sustain yourself in lane and push waves better, it's better off in the long haul, so Devourer's Gauntlets, then boots. Now on Jing Wei, I am opting to build the Ninja Tabby boots because they give attack speed, and even though Jing Wei does have a steroid that is fairly reliable, I typically don't use it. I'm always using that Whirl Gust thing to knock opponents up, and I'm typically not going into it to use the steroid. This gives me more reliable attack speed, and like I have been alluding to, Jing Wei really doesn't have all that much ability damage, so it just makes more sense to stack attack speed. Now, as I alluded to earlier, we are going into a crit-based build with Jing Wei. The only time you really don't want to go into a crit-based build or want to consider not going into a crit-based build with this god is if the opponents are all building Spectral Armor. It's an item that really destroys crit users in this, but typically people don't build it, and if they do, well, not everyone in the enemy team is building it, so with Jing Wei, you're always having a safe bet building crit. But let's dive into the specifics of how to maximize your crit efficiency. So these are the items I build to maximize crit in this order. You build Executioner. Executioner is good because as you're attacking and critting, you are going to be lowering the enemy's protections, which allows your crits to do more damage. Executioner is a must if you're going into crit. Now, after we get those 3 base items online, meaning your Dev's Gloves, your Executioner, and your Boots, now you're going to build into the actual critical strike items. I am building, and again, in this order, Poison Star. I'm building Poison Star first because it gives good critical strike chance, the attack speed, which is awesome, and then you have the crazy passive, which when you crit, you're slowing enemies down. It's great, it makes you a hell of a boxer, it's really efficient. After that, I'm going into the other Shuriken, so that's Wind Demon, so that I get more attack speed, more crit chance, and then this other passive gives me more movement speed, so when I'm critting, I get a whole bunch of extra effects. Then finally, I build into Deathbringer because the extra 25% or whatever the hell it is now on Deathbringer on those crit hits is insane. It makes your shred potential insane. It makes you a threat. You can 3-shot squishies with 3 crits. It's just so much fun. Now, that is the build I've been using. It's been working really well. I tried to use a critless build that focused on Quinn size and all those other fun items. It does not do Jing Wei justice. Jing Wei is meant for critting. Anyways, I hope this helps. Let me know the name of the god you want me to cover in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for all the suggestions. I am going to get to them. Just give me time. It takes some time to figure all this shit out. Anyways, that's all the time that I have. This is Keltick, signing off. Have yourselves a casual day.